Zel Boy Army, what is going on? It is your boy Zelonius, my beautiful spicy friend back here, Mr. Ainsley Harrott. I was competing in the Futhead Cup last night. It's a tournament run by the FIFA website Futhead for £1,000. Still a bit sad, I lost the final in the last kick of the game. But in the semi-final we played the #1 player in the world, Fnatic Tekkz. In the first leg we beat him 3-0 and we got a clean sheet, and everyone was asking me, Zel, please do a video on your defensive tactics. The tactics I used to get a clean sheet against him, how I defended against probably the best FIFA player in the world over the last 2 years, the best attacking player in the world. I've got a video here to show you how I defend, the tactics I used, then I'm going to show you some gameplay highlights, plus just give you some helpful tips so you can try and get better at defending and maybe try and replicate it. I appreciate the support a lot of the video. We're nearly on 9,500 subscribers. If you're new to the channel, like this content, please subscribe. Every single weekday I'm giving you new educational FIFA content to help you improve at the game. Appreciate the support a lot. Like, comment on the video, boys. Let's get into it. These are the heroes who nearly led me to £1,000 last night, boys. You can use loans in the Futhead Cup, so Prime Henry and Moments Maldini. This Moments Maldini, he's something else. Like, don't get me wrong, defending with players like this makes it a bit easier. But like, this Maldini is crazy, like 99 on all the key defensive stats. But you see, I was still using an 80 fullback and an 82 fullback. This guy's an absolute bargain, by the way, if you can fit him into your team. Like, he was crazy. He was really good. Like, I just looked for 82 fullbacks and it surprised me how good he is. I'll show you the tactics though. I need to go to tactics, not squad selector. I actually think my defensive one rather than my ultra defensive one works better, to be honest. I'll show you it. This is the one I'd recommend. Balanced defensive style, because I found when I go drop back it's just too hard to defend because you invite too much pressure on and give them too much space. 3 width, 3 depth. If you go too low on the width, it's just too easy for them to get down the lines against you. If you go too low on the depth, then it's too easy to give them too much space around the box. So I found this is a good balance that works well. Balance still allows you to press pretty well. Instructions: stay back while attacking on all of the defenders. Cut passing lanes, cover centre on the CDMs. This is pretty important because the main danger area on this game is around the box in the middle of the pitch. So if you have cut passing lanes and cover centre, the CDMs will cover this really well for you. And then this is important too. Every one of the cams is on comeback on defence. The 4-2-3-1 is a very balanced formation. That's very good going forward, but it's also brilliant defensively because you can get all the midfielders back. You've got the 2 CDMs to protect the back 4. It does a really good job. I really like that formation. It's very solid defensively, but it also allows you to keep the ball and control the game as well. One area that people often neglect when it comes to defending is if you can keep the ball and keep possession. Okay, that is not directly defending, but what it does is it allows you to not have to defend as much. So you can almost defend by attacking because the opponent won't have the ball. But those are the tactics. We're going to show you some tips in game and some of the ways that I defend that can help you guys. So as you can see here, boys, we're in the game. Tekkz has a pretty insane team, and obviously he's known for being an unreal attacker, so we had to be really on at this game defensively. I'll show you clips of my defending, talk you through it, and then I'll show you the goals I scored as well. You can see here, my team are in a very good defensive shape. Just get my pen software for you guys. You see, my lamb tucks in, my ram tucks in, and then I get my cam and drag him back. I'm just here. What I do, I'm not giving him anything easy through the middle. I'm covering around here. Generally, you want to, this bit here is the danger area, so you need to not give anything free up there. So I'm covering that. He's now surrounded by the 4 defenders and 3 midfielders. He tries to turn, but as soon as he turns, I tackle him, I get the ball back. Keeping defensive shape and stability is a very important thing to do. If you can defend like this, it's going to be really hard for anyone to ever get a goal against you. The middle of the box is the most dangerous area. This tactic that I use it's quite compact. It's not so compact that they just get down the wing all the time, but it's narrow and compact enough that they don't get many options around the middle. And from there, it frustrates the opponent, and then you cover the middle manually with your defender you're controlling. Then if they get to the edge of the box, you switch the centre back, step in and make the tackle. Corners are a fantastic way to score on this year's FIFA. I almost feel like at times they feel like you're defending against a kickoff. So you have to be really careful when you're defending. And so this is generally how I defend them, so you can try to replicate this. I'll switch to the nearest man if I think they're going to dribble past me. If not, I'll use the second man press, that's R1 or RB. But other than that, he should be able to follow them. If I feel he's going to try to dribble past me there, then I will switch to that man. Instead, I'll mark the edge, because what people want to do is they want to get the short man, go there, and then pass it to the edge of the box. It's really important that you don't let them do that quick, because if they get it to the edge of the box quick, a lot of the time there's a lot of space for them. So I've slowed that down. I was a little bit unlucky not to get the ball there, but what I've done is I've delayed the corner so his team don't get a load of space. And then when he turns there, if he'd have got that to R9 scores, but I've switched, I've covered it, and I've got so many men around the box that it's going to be very hard for Tekkz to score or do anything there. Defend the lead very well, defend the corner very well, and from there you can counter attack. Okay, here is how I scored my first goal. It was rather fortunate this, but a lot of what you can see here is very good patience, and then I just get a bit lucky here. This finish here, the near post, is pretty much a guaranteed goal on FIFA 20. The near post, if you can get that open, always go for it. Yeah, there you go. Watch it back quick again. Pass around, a little bit of fortune, but then just the near post finish. If you can get that angle, you'll score 9 times out of 10. You don't even need someone as good as Zelonius. She just goes in very regularly. 1-0. Now we've got a lead to protect. On FIFA 20, one of the biggest skills and most important things that you need to learn is being patient. People are so impatient in general, not even just on FIFA and life. I think people just don't have a very big attention span these days, which you can see translates to FIFA a lot of the time. This game can be very slow in the attack and defense, and patience is so vital that one of the ways I find I beat people a lot is just by boring them, just by passing around. You don't need to pass around your back, but pass around waiting for the chance, and they eventually dive in because they get frustrated. I think Tekkz was getting frustrated with how I was defending. I don't really take the blame for that. It's good defending. Like, he didn't want to go forward, but he wanted to keep the ball. But you can see here, I'm not diving in to win the ball back guaranteed. I'm not diving in and leaving gaps. I'm just not letting him get into the dangerous areas. So there with Hullet, I protect the middle of the box. I don't dive in to force the tackle. I just send him backwards, and I'm willing to let him keep doing this when I'm winning. You can see here, I'm just holding my shape. I'm constantly switching. You need to get good at right stick and L1/LB switching to be able to cover the positions properly. But it's constant switching, constantly manoeuvring my players. I'm not diving in. I use the offside trap every so often just to push my team up, because I don't want them to start getting sucked in too deep. See here, nothing silly, just clever defending. I'm covering all the gaps, still using the offside trap. There's no danger. I'm happy with him keeping the ball like this. Frustrated him. When I'm in the lead, it's fine. See, you can be fine letting your opponents go sideways. Eventually, I win the ball back. So there, it's a combination of offside traps, right stick and L1 switching, not diving in, holding my defensive shape, keeping myself in a good position, and then when the time's right, stepping in and making the tackle. Defending for me on FIFA 20 is often quite like chess. You're not necessarily going for checkmate and to get the ball back and win it instantly every time. You're not going for the kill every time defensively, but you're trying to manoeuvre your opposition into a bad position for them. You're trying to force them into making a mistake or giving you the ball back. A lot of people just go gung-ho, crazy press in their face, desperate to win the ball back quick because they're not patient. But I want to keep reminding you, patience is king on FIFA 20, especially with defending. And as long as you're not losing, you don't have to force the game. I've got different videos based on what to do when losing, but when you're winning or drawing, you can let them have the ball. It's not a big deal. Going down the wing's a very popular thing on FIFA 20. I had Gold Mendy here against Team the CR7, so I didn't want to dive in and go for a risky tackle. So I just let him have it here. But what I do, I cover there, and I've covered there quite a bit. I've got Thierry Henry there who's covering there. So right now Tekkz doesn't really have too many options to go. His best option was probably to keep dribbling with CR7, but I forced him into a bad position. Hullet gets the ball, and from there I've won the ball back. You want to be manoeuvring your opposition into a place where they can't keep the ball and they're forced into a bad decision. From how we just won the ball back there, we end up scoring from a counter-attack. Watch this here. This is how you counter-attack. When someone's getting in your face, getting aggressive, trying to win the ball back off you quick, this is a great way to counter-attack. Patience, not force anything. Watch here. What I do different that most people don't is a lot of people here, they would just do a through ball down the line. But instead, I know that that's being marked, so I pass there and then pass there. Watch how it works. I do a double wide through ball to just chip it so the defender can't get onto it. I see the cutback, and instead of just taking a touch and hitting it down, I take the touch that way, can hit it there. I've turned defending into attack, scored a big goal. 2-0 is a much more comfortable lead. It's put me in a fantastic position. Okay, it's Tekksz's kickoff here. As we know, kickoffs tend to be quite dangerous. Again, watch what I'm doing. I'm really trying to show you this numerous times so I really can get it into your head that how important it is. Protect that middle of the box. Don't dive in. Hold your defensive shape. This tactic here keeps everyone back, keeps you in shape. See there, I'm just protecting it, not giving anything easy up, frustrating him, forcing him to go backwards. I throw it offside trap him when it's safe every so often just so I don't sit too deep. It's hard for Tekkz to do anything here though. There's no space for him. You can see he's getting frustrated. He just forces the ball back to me. This is exactly where you want your opponent to be, in a position of frustration where you keep winning the ball back and they don't know what to do. Okay, this one here was a lovely goal. Probably the best one of this game for me. I mean, the counter-attack was very nice, but the footwork with King Kenny here is lovely. Patience, keeping the ball, not doing anything silly. That little fake shot there, fake shots like that are really good on the game just for generating a quick turn and angle. They work better than left stick dribble a lot of time. From there, near post, that is an insane finish from King Kenny. 3-0, puts us in a fantastic position. From there, it really is our game to lose. At this point in the game, I checked, and it's worth you doing this as well, checking what formation your opponent goes to. Tekkz is known for going to 3-4-2-1 when he's chasing a game quite hard. He's had a lot of incredible comebacks over the last 2 years in the competitive scene in many tournaments. I saw that he'd done this, so I switched to my drop back tactic just so I could get more men really behind the ball and really park the bus. You can see here, I'm starting to get a lot of men in the box because I just don't want him to get a free goal because there's too many options for him. See here, I'm just controlling Maldini. At this point, I don't need to control the midfield because they're in a solid position for me. He passes it to Cruyff, but I've got so many options. I quickly switch to the nearest player with L1, step in, make the tackle, protect the lead. In this clip here, you can again see Tekkz is trying to be quite patient, use different tricks to open me up, but I'm just constantly switching. Offside trap to push my team up so I just don't invite too much pressure. Constantly switching, covering the gaps, and then when he gets it to R9's very dangerous with his pace, his strength, his dribbling, the 5-star weak foot, but I switch. This is the key. When they pass it to the striker, you need to very quickly switch to the centre back to cover the danger straight away. If you don't switch quick enough, you're just going to give up a free chance, and someone with a 5-star weak foot can just turn and score an easy goal against you, which is obviously not something you want. There, again, team kept in shape. I let Tekkz force the pass, and then I quickly cover it. As you can see, boys, defending on FIFA 20 is possible even with the overload ball side nerf to be very compact, be very hard to break down, but you have to be patient and you have to be good at player switching. player switching is absolutely vital when it comes to defending on FIFA 20. It's one of the biggest skill gaps. But patience as well. You don't need to win the ball back straight away. That is not necessarily how you have to defend on the game. Just be patient. Force them into mistakes. Don't give them the easy chances. Switch quickly if they get into your box. Another tip, don't have to use tackle that much. I'm nearly always using jockey. The jockey button with L2 or LT on Xbox is a really good way of defending against people. Around the box though, that danger area is where you need to have your midfield covering that area. Don't give anything up around there. It's not very easy to ever get a clean sheet against someone as Tekkz, but I played near my best that game, and that was a brilliant performance by me. Try this tactic out, let me know how it works for you. I appreciate you all watching. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a good one and keep it spicy.